Hello BookTube, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my review of Spectro by M.A. Walter. I should say that I did receive this copy free from the author. Out of work and out of options, Jack and Davies tried their luck at Spectro Solutions, where Jack's elder brother Alex is one of the founding members. They join Akiko to form the B team, and they soon find themselves facing off against occultists and vengeful Viking spirits. Now, I should say this is the third instalment in the Spectro Solutions series. I've reviewed the previous two books, and I will leave links in the description to my reviews of those. I really enjoyed them, and before I go any further, I should say I really enjoyed Spectro Stammers. To give you a general idea of the series, back in the 1980s, a sort of massive monolith appeared in the Pacific, appeared out of the Pacific Ocean one day, and unleashed and knocked down the barrier between the living and the dead. So ghosts are now, the book is set in about 2010, 2011, or sorry, the series is set in about 2010, 2011. I think it's about 2011 when this book is set. Ghosts are now part of just a normal fact of life of people. And Spectro Solutions are a team working in London who are sort of dealing with the ghosts, particularly based out of Fulham. And if this sounds similar to Ghostbusters, and you may think this is sort of reminiscent of Ghostbusters, there's a reason for that. Mark Anthony Walter, the author, is a big fan of Ghostbusters, and this series is very much an homage to that. And it's also, I should say, written for a younger audience, so sort of teenagers. So the language in here is very sort of mild. However, he puts in sort of benign words for the original Anglo-Saxon that will be used. Though I've got to say, when I'm reading it, my mind translates the benign words back into their original Anglo-Saxon. But that said, it's very much for a younger audience. Nevertheless, if you're older than say 12 or 13, you will enjoy it because it's really well written. The characters are, because this is only about 150 odd pages long, so it's not that there's not necessarily the depth you would have in a long novel, but there's enough there on the page that you get a good idea about the character, what their sort of relationships between each other, and also their particularly the sort of burgeoning friendship between Alex, Davies, and Akiko as they come to sort of be welded together in the face of dealing with various ghosts as the B team. The villains are really good. I think there is. I'll have to check with Mark Anthony. Or I should say, if Mark Anthony, when he watches this, he can sort of correct me if I'm wrong. But there is I think there is a reference in the beginning to the Evil Dead. I suspect about an occult tome being opened by teenagers in the forest. So as well as Ghostbusters, this seems to be sort of inspired partially by the Evil Dead, which is interesting, and I'm a fan of the Evil Dead, so that's not a criticism by. But as I say, overall, this is a really enjoyable story. Very fast-paced. Characters are well described. Within the sort of the amount of time you have in the book, the villains are really well done, and the sense of threat that the villains have in this is also really well done. In each of the Spectro Solution books so far, the team will face sort of smaller threats, and then they will come up against a very larger threat, which will be threatening the entire world. And the threat in this is really well done, very much connected to Viking lore and mythology, which is really well done. So I really, overall, really enjoyed this. I'm actually looking forward to the next instalment of the Spectro Solutions series. So with that, BookTube, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you later. Bye, BookTube.